Welcome back to the Stock Market Summary Series, folks. Hope you powered through Tuesday without getting whipsawed too hard, as markets gave back a chunk after yesterday's quiet resilience, only to see that core CPI surprise on the soft side spark a quick fade. With the dollar chopping around and silver stretching higher, we're still in that healthy rotation mode, but earnings and Fed chatter could keep things lively. Before we jump in, just remember, none of this is buying or selling advice. We're just calling what we see happening in the charts as things develop. Today really felt like a measured, healthy retreat after that recent advance. And it's highlighting some technical setups that are really just begging for a directional release of energy.
Yeah, you're right. And what's fascinating is how contained the pullback was, despite all the volatility around the data. SPY was only down, 0.2%?
Right, and QQQ eased off just 0.15%. The Dow, the DIA, it took a bit more of a hit, down 0.8%, but it's still just chopping sideways near that $500 level.
Exactly as we mentioned yesterday. It's stuck in that high base, just grinding.
That sort of contained action is really reflected in the dollar index, the DXY. For the last 3 days, it's just been this tight, sideways grind. Some traders call it paint roller action. It's just messy.
And that messy action in the dollar is precisely why tracking these intermarket correlations is so critical right now. When the macro picture is murky like this, the individual stock charts can often give you much clearer signals.
Okay, so that's where the preparation is. Let's talk about those coiled springs. Deere & Company, DE, is a perfect example. It broke out of that symmetrical triangle, right? Then it pulled back, and now it's bouncing precisely off that old resistance trend line, which has become new support.
And the energy in DE is it's undeniable. When you see the 200, the 50, and the 20-day moving averages all squeezing together like that, that is pure technical compression.
So momentum is building.
Exactly. When that spring finally lets go, you're going to get a big sustained move.
And while DE is coiling, you have Alibaba, which is already moving. It's extending its gains beautifully after that clean breakout from its falling wedge.
Then you have the other side of it, the defense names. If you look at Berkshire Hathaway, BRKB, on the weekly chart, it's testing a really crucial support trend line inside a larger weekly symmetrical triangle.
So that raises a big question, doesn't it? Are the bulls going to step in and defend that key level?
That's the question. Or is this the start of a deeper retreat for defensive capital? The chart will tell the story.
The whole day's narrative was completely dominated by that CPI data this morning. The headline inflation number came in right as expected, 2.7% year over year.
But the twist, the real story, was in the core number. Core CPI, which is what the Fed really watches because it strips out food and energy. It actually printed softer than expected.
Softer how?
We got plus 0.2% for the month, when the street was looking for 0.3%. And year over year, it was 2.6%, just under the 2.7% forecast.
So if the core number was soft, why didn't the market just launch higher? Why did we get that quick fade?
Because it suggests disinflation is still in play, but it's a slow, steady grind. The number was only a little softer, which implies those sticky parts like shelter costs are still weighing things down. It prevents a massive bond rally and a sharp risk-on move.
So it's a benign outcome, really.
That's the perfect word for it. It confirms the path of least resistance is just slow disinflation.
You know, when you have mixed signals like this, soft data, but quiet stocks, charts coiling up, it just reminds you that you have to maintain really strict risk protocols. It's all about protecting your capital. And frankly, that kind of detailed risk management is exactly what we teach in the Grok Trade Mentorship program. Just a quick reminder again that if you've got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, please do drop it in the comments. We want to know what you're looking at to make these videos more relevant if possible. And we'll do our best to talk about what we see in a future episode. And as always, drop a like if you appreciate these market summaries and click subscribe too so you can stay updated. Now, switching over to the alternative assets, this is where it gets interesting. We saw some positive decoupling. Bitcoin was really strong.
Right.
It rocketed higher, over 3.5% on pretty decent volume. Looks like it's ready to break out above that recent consolidation range.
It definitely seems like that uncertainty in stocks and the choppy dollar is sending some capital looking for alpha somewhere else.
And that search for alpha also benefited the metals. Silver extended its strong run, up another 1.77% today.
It just continues to outpace gold, which was pretty much unchanged. That relative strength in silver is a very constructive, very bullish signal for the whole precious metals complex. You know, a day like today really underscores the value of what we do. You have a mixed CPI signal to analyze, you have these modest pullbacks, And these beautiful multi-time frame patterns developing in stocks like DE and BRKB, it all comes down to multi-time frame pattern recognition and strict risk protocols. That focus is why the Grok Trade mentorship stands out. We promise ongoing support until you fully recoup your investment and then some.
So wrapping it up, we see today's retreat as a very healthy breather. The disinflation story is still intact, but these charts are just screaming for some direction. So the question for you is, how did the inflation data shift your positioning? Are you adding to those coiled setups or are you tightening up? Have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's market summary.